And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Reachin and Teachin podcast presented by CEI Esports. I'm your host, Robinson. I'm joined by my co-host, Johnny. Our voices are not like A1 right now.
Hey, skip that, yo. They don't need to know about that right now, yo.
But wait,
a special guest, bro.
We got a special guest. We have a top-notch guest. He is from the NBA 2K League. He's from New York's own, but he's in Minnesota. It's all right. It's no problem. It's a little bit of time difference, but it's okay. We got the head coach of TWolves Gaming, Nick Gartrelle. What is up, Nick?
What's up, Robinson? I gotta keep the energy all the way up, man. You know, you're from New York, so I've been actually hiding it for a minute, but it's good to, finally get some New York vibe back. So what's up, Robinson? What's up, Johnny? I'm so glad to be on here, man.
And he's
we're happy to have you, man.
We're happy to have you. Appreciate you. We've been trying to do this forever. He's live in the locker room right now. I love to see it. You got the background. I see a little bit of the locker room to the left. I see it. But let's get started. Let's get started from the. It's been a crazy week. You guys just started with the NBA 2K League season, but let's start to the beginning. How did you get into esports, and what got you into NBA 2K and basketball as well?
So I guess I'll start from the top. I got into 2K9, first 2K. Everybody was playing NBA Live, and one of the best NBA Lives. We had NBO Live 08, Gilbert Arenas, and then my friend or cousin brought home 2K9 and never looked back. I was also playing on the broadcast view. What got me into esports? Yeah. Let it get.
We all started out that way though too.
Nah, that happened to me once, and when I did that, my friend dropped 50 on me with Calico. But we won't talk about that.
We have to let that go. We got to let that one go. I was 2K9. I was probably in like 5th grade, enjoying my life.
Yeah, it's cool.
But esports wise, man, 2K League came around just out of nowhere. Nobody was expecting it. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to be part of it. I knew it, and so I didn't get in, unfortunately. But just because you didn't get in the first year doesn't mean you can't get in other years. There's always other years. So I put myself in a prime position every time, and went to the studio every day and got lucky and worked my butt off just to really put myself in this position.
Awesome. Did you when you saw the NBA 2K League, did you want to be a player, or were you aiming to be a coach the whole time?
Coach.
Or you just wanted to get in?
Huh? Not coach. I mean, I guess get in was number one, but
yeah.
I guess coach. Honestly, I come from a family. My dad's a coach. My brother's a coach. I've been around coaches my whole entire life, so I felt like that was just for me. But I mean, players now, I could show some of these moves. I'm nice with it.
Oh, okay. He's got the flick of the thumb. That's what he's got right there. When he lifts, I doesn't. That is if you use the stick on the Xbox or the PS5 controller. It is what it is. But anyways, talk about. But when you got that call, you joined the 2K League. Oh, I'm in. Like, what was that experience like when you first landed? Like, okay, I'm in the 2K League.
Like, what was that call like? Call for like, hey, like Nick, you about to be a part of the 2K League. How was that for you?
It was amazing, honestly. I went for the Nets. It was funny because we met OG King Kurt at the original event. That's who actually my competitor was to get the job. I believe I was right under him, and I didn't get it, but I called him right after, and I was like, before they were leaning towards that decision, I said, hey, look, I'm still going to try to beat you for this job. I'm going to try my best. But if, you so happens you get the job, could I be under you? Like, I'm young, I'm hungry, I'm from here, can I get a chance? And, he took that and he gave me a chance, and I really appreciate him for it.
Shout out to OG.
Yeah. Shout out to Kurt.
Yeah, he was one of the first guests we had to come on this podcast. So yeah, shout out to OG King Kurt. Now, like, what goes into becoming a coach in the 2K League? Talk about like that process of, and what are the stuff that requirements? Because obviously there's a difference between really being good at the game, but there's also a different thing you have to bring to the table when being the coach. Talk about what that comes with.
So it's actually no real set path for it, because there's so many people that get into it different ways. My way was, like, I guess, considered the most unorthodox way out of everybody else's, because I played 2K, I played in the community, but like I wasn't a community guy. Like, I didn't go out there and like, hey, this is what I wanted to do. Like, I kind of just did my job, like kept it low, stay low, and then boom, I hit it. But there's ways where you could go on Twitter and you could break down games, and that's your niche. You know what I mean? You could be a community person that a lot of people know, that these people are playing the game. And that's what Kurt and Famous Enough and 2K Comp Games, who's also from Brooklyn, are known for. You know, they put in the work, YouTube videos, running leagues, or being part of the community. And there's like some people, you know, like me or Lance with Mavs GG, you know, who just put the work underground and, you know, eventually get noticed. Because the thing is, a lot of people just think that like Rome was built in one day. Yeah, I did this for 2 weeks. Why don't I have a job? No, it doesn't work like that. Like we're gonna just keep on, you know, you keep on working. Like sometimes you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you know your vision. And when you get to that light of the tunnel, you feel like I did it. So yeah, I got through it. It was rough. Mine was a little unorthodox. But I'm here now.
That's what matters, right? That's
Yeah.
that's really what matters at the end of the day. Now you're with the Nets, but then you also now talk about that time where you transitioned from Nets GC to TWolves Gaming. How talk about the experience of being with the Nets? How did that help you land to TWolves Gaming, and what was that feeling like? You're the head coach of TWolves Gaming, obviously because you were assistant coach before that too.
Yeah. So I was they let me go. I wasn't re-signed at that point. But I had a conversation with the GM for who's now GM or head coach at the time when he was there, with JB Justin Butler, and you know I asked him, how do you deal with some of the things that go on with players behind scenes, and he didn't have to tell me, but he knew that I was really hungry, and I just really was just trying to get information. I didn't want information because I didn't want to be in your business. I just wanted to know how to handle it, because when I get there and I have a situation like that, you know, I want to be able to handle it. And that's exactly what I told myself when I get there. I didn't say like if I get there. I always say because I have to speak it into existence.
I love that. Yeah.
So, you know, we had that one small conversation for probably like 15, 20 minutes, never spoke again. One day he DM'd me on Twitter and said, "Hey, are you still looking to be a coach? And we have a head coaching position." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And it was funny because I thought he was a random guy just DM'd me talking about a regular pro team. But, I'm never going to ever turn somebody down in my DMs because of what it is. I said yes. And, we had a call. Then I flew out to Minnesota, had a meeting. And, I got that call where he was like, "Hey, we're not going to hire you as a head coach." And, my heart immediately dropped. I was like, dang, I felt like this was my last shot. And he said, "But we see potential in you and we're going to bring you on as assistant coach." So I really appreciate him. I feel like his delivery was crazy, but it was honestly funny. And that's the nature of our relationship, honestly. But, him bringing me on as an assistant coach to, get me and have me in line, him envision me for my job to lose to get to head coach. I mean, it helped me because I wasn't ready last year. I always thought I was ready last year. I thought I was ready 2 years ago. I wasn't ready. There were so many things I couldn't handle. I was immature. Now I'm mature. I know how to handle things. And if I don't know how to handle something, I have a supporting cast here.
So you're now one of the youngest coaches in the 2K League, which is startling. And so you walk into the league, you're like, "Hey, this is Nick. Here is the new head coach of the TWolves Gaming." What was that like? What was that like talking to the players of Bear the Beast or all the players on the team when you're introduced?
So, and they met me. Bear and Saint met me last year. And it was a little. It was different because I'm younger. I'm younger than both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you start showing why you got the job, like I at first I was trying to prove myself, right? I'm better than you at 2K. I'm do this. I'm doing that. If I was better than them at 2K, I would be a player. But honestly, it came to the set where, let me do what I came here to do. Let me watch film. Let me prep. They walk in here at 10 a.m. I'm already here watching film. They leaving. I'm still here watching film. Here's the breakdown to the game. This is what they're going to do. This is the play they're going to run. They ran this play at this time on the sideline out of bounds. So be ready for this. And, making call outs and adjustments in the game through JB. And, that's how I proved myself. And at that point, they accepted me. You know what I mean? As long as you have something to like provide, then they accept you. You just can't just be standing around and, holding your pockets.
Yeah, I can imagine it's a tough, a tough way to kind of get immersed into that culture because they're champions, right? Like these are former champions. And I think for them, their standard is pretty high than other programs. So I think for you to kind of really showcase your hard work ethic and your determination to say, "Hey, like I'm a part of this team, I'm gonna put that work in. So don't worry about me. So as long as we all put the work in together, we all can get this done." So I think that's really a good job on your part, like kind of like assimilating into the culture and showing them like, "Hey, like I'm down to win this as much as you guys are."
Yeah. As a lot of people think that you just like, it's just like, hey, I watched one clip or I watched one Twitch video. I watch 5 games, and probably out of those 5 games, I probably watch each one of them twice. And then like when I go home, I'm thinking about 2K. I'm thinking about this. Like, it's just like they could call me at any time and we'll talk about any 2K. And it's just like they know that. And then I think that's what they respect about me, but the grind that I'm gonna put into it. So it's just like, yeah, the immerse, it was a little rough at first. But that was because it was self-inflicted. At some point I was like, let me stop caring what that is and let me do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's a good mentality. But also another thing we got to talk about. You're shifting over from to being a head coach of the team, former champions, like Johnny said. But you're New York based like us. You're going from New York to Minnesota. That's a big, big change. Talk about that transition.
So it's not that big of a change. Actually, a lot of people think it's that big of a change.
What?
Minnesota, like I live downtown. So Minnesota is like, I guess this is what 42nd Street is. Yeah, it doesn't have all the cultures and everything, but you could find your vibe. You know what I mean? Like, you can find who you want to talk to. You can find the person if what you're looking for. The city has amazing food. The you guys think that it's probably winter right now. It's not. It's like 80 degrees out. It's 80 degrees outside. It's beautiful outside. I honestly love Minnesota. I love being here. I literally go sit on my patio and enjoy the sun, the skyline. And yeah, the New York City skyline is this way and everything, but Minnesota, if you look at my story, the skyline of Minnesota, I posted in Minneapolis, is beautiful. And then on top of that, like, I like walking around in nature and stuff like that. And these people are so friendly in New York. Everybody got an attitude, and that's what we known for. I mean, I'm cool with it, but it's nice. Like, I could be like, hey, I don't know where I'm going, and they'll literally, like, one time I was lost, and they walked me down the street. Like, they walked me to where I was trying to get to. So, it's just a breath of fresh air. Like, like one day I could be in the city, the next day I could be at the park and looking at a waterfall, and it's just like in New York, it's like, cool. I over here look at some art, or I could go to like Central Park, but that's just about it.
Are we sure this is
back, Nick? The attitude.
Hey, are we sure this is not Minnesota? It's not like he's like in some sort of facade or studio where he's just walking around. Cause I was playing Call of Duty, and they were putting me in some fake thing. I thought it was in a fake real world, and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't a place. This is a different place. Are you sure you're not in LA? You sure you're not in a different spot that I'm talking about here? This is same Minneapolis with a patio and the sunlight. What are we 65 over here?
It is. What's the degrees in New York right now?
I think it's 65. Last time I checked.
60, yes,
hey, this weekend gonna be 90 degrees this whole entire weekend. I'm about to go read a book on my patio. Probably get some food. So I don't want to hear nothing about like Minnesota's cold. The spring is beautiful. The fall is dress weather, and like summer is summer. Like, I wear my shorts. I'm out here enjoying my life. I did have the same mindset that you guys have, where it was like, Minnesota's cold. It's gonna be bleak. I'll probably dress with be like all the way coat. I came here, it was 90 degrees, and I was like, wow, like this is new, nice, man. Like,
we gotta take a trip.
I'm gonna have to take a trip. Although I am more of a cold person myself. I hate being sweaty. I do. This is why if I ever played in the NBA, if I ever play anything, I'm putting headband on because I hate to sweat. Like, I'm gonna make you sweat. That song is not for me. For me.
Does your virtual 2K player have a headband?
No, because he looks weird, and it's like not a thing anymore. Like,
see?
But I do now. Look, here's a funny thing. I'll tell you this right now. Johnny does this because he's weird. So we play in the league. We play in the league, and he created me, and he put me in the league and drafted me. And this guy put armbands on, wristbands on, headbands on. I'll tell you that.
Wait. He made you that guy?
He made me a sharpshooter with a headband and everything. Put my name to
it.
He started cooking me with him, and I said, "This is not the real me. Get him out of my sight."
So wait, first of all, y'all have a league, and y'all don't invite me. Then y'all talk about it in my face. That makes it even worse. But you know what? Let's continue on. I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Oh my God! See, here's what we play on 2K20 because Johnny's connection is kind of weird, and he's not because that's why he has 2K21 on PlayStation, and his connection is god awful. So we play it on Xbox, and he has 2K20, and that's where we are. And that's also the game we specialize in, a CI esports, so might as well.
I'm not going back. You got it. Yeah, I'm not gonna, you got it. I'll see you when you get to
tough.
next gen. I'll see you when you get to next gen.
I do have next gen. I get my control, but I'm not Mr. Fantastic, unfortunately. But anyways, let's continue on with the interview. There's a lot of all that dribble. But anyways, talk about any cool experiences or stories that you can share with us since you joined the 2K League. Like, what is like, wow, that's really cool, or more where you're like, wow, I really made it.
Man, this is a bad one, but I guess one of my experiences is went to Vegas, and then we lost in the first round, and I'm like confused. Watch film and everything, go back. So I call my boss and say, hey, JP, what do you want us to do next? And he goes, honestly, just enjoy it, because he was like, you haven't had vacation the whole entire time. He's like, you either in school or you're playing or you're like watching film or you're doing a bunch of stuff that we're asking you to do. So he's like, here, take a vacation. So like I got to go down to, I was at the Luxor Hotel and I got to go down to like the pool, and I'm just sitting there chilling, like, and it's just like, wow, like I'm doing all of this because of 2K. I'm getting to meet some of I'm getting to meet all these people at one time, and people I've played with or people I've looked up to the whole entire time. And these are real people, and these are my friends now. Like it's like a different culture. And that for me was like, wow, I really made it. I guess my favorite experience out of all is now winning Tipoff. Like, that's like, I know a lot of people do like the little dance when I was doing the beatbox. That's my joint. I was just dumb hype. Like it felt like after four hard years of wanting to be a coach the whole entire time, assistant coach, now I'm a head coach. Like, I finally got something like that nobody could ever take away from me. So I guess that was probably my new moment now. Like after walking down the street, y'all know that if you ever watched The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith is walking down the block and he's clapping his hands like this.
Yeah.
That's me at like 1:00. The clubs are open. People are walking down the street. People are just looking at me laughing because I'm sitting there like this, walking down the block.
And if you're not, nobody's talking about that scene where he's walking around, he's just like emotionally just clapping his hands, looking down. If you don't know Will Smith, go ahead, John.
But since you brought it up, Nick, let's get into it. Let's get into the tip-off that happened 2 weeks ago now, about going on 2 weeks. Let's talk about the performance of Shifty Kai, your newest addition, and obviously Be the Beast, who's obviously the champion and holding it down for TWolves Gaming. Just talk about that whole experience and like kind of the trial tribulations you guys had, and obviously winning the whole thing.
So the first game of the first game of our tip-off journey and our group play was against the Warriors. And that was the first time for me put on the headset. So, I guess it took me like a quarter to kind of settle down. But once I got into it, like I got my energy. I'm intense with them. I'm there. Like, this is everything that we've been working on for probably a month up to this point. And it just like, it was kind of like, when you take that first shot in a game, you're like, okay, I got it now. That's what it felt like. I was ready to go. Like, for trials and tribulations, like, I mean, for us, like, Bear and Kai, Slot, and Saint have been playing all off season, so like it didn't take much for them to click. We had to get fundamentals down, and that's what I'm here for. We learned how to run a fast break perfectly. We learned the right shots and what works in the game, what doesn't work in the game. And we watched film on ourselves. We were hungry, and we're still hungry to this day. So for trials, there wasn't too many. Like a lot of people think that like Bear just needs to hold the ball and that's it. He's not like a typical PG. My PG is a leader. Like, he doesn't care how it's done as long as the job is done and we end with a win at the end. And if we lose, people are like, why we lose? Get on film. Let's go. So, like really, like if Kai goes for 40, Bear does not care if he has 7. If Bear has 37 and 10 assists and Kai got 2 shots, Kai doesn't care, because at the end of the day, we won. The check still hits the same at the end.
That's a fact.
And every time I see Bear the Beast, I think of that video when they won the championship.
The clip.
We show this to our students all the time when we talk about the 2K League, where they said we better not hope that we get it together. If we get it together, it's a chip. And then he said, "You thought I was playing? Get that bag here." And I was like, that's. I was like, I get a sense of what type of guy Bear the Beast is. But I feel like, but let's talk about the team in total. Like, what was it? What was the feeling like as a team? You guys just come out and just impress. You beat the 76ers game. You beat the defending champs in Whistler's District Gaming. You beat a former MVP in One Wild Walnut. Just talk about that hill. Like, what was that moment like for you and the entire team when you say, wow, we won the first tip-off and we're off to a great start as well?
So from the group play, that we had one loss in there. That was a little scary part, but we got it together. And going against the Wizards DG, that was, oh my gosh, that was exciting. Playing against Day Fry and JBM, like the defending champs, they were our toughest game. Like we knew that, like that was it right there. We felt like if we got past this, there's nothing that was better because their team defensively is perfect. They work. All five of them can go. LeBron, their power forward, LeBron is amazing. Nudini's a tremendous player. JBM, I don't know what he does, but every time he makes a play, it seems like to be the right play. And Dave Fry is just, I don't even know how to like go down Wizards DG. It's honestly, it was really tough. Like I'm like proud of my guys to play them. We watched tons of film. They went home, watch film. I went home, watch film because we knew how big that game was. As soon as we win that game, we have a quick turnaround to go play against the 76ers. So I left them and they were hyped up and then they like put on 76ers film. I don't like to watch film with a lot of people. I like to watch film on my own time. So I went to the back and started getting shot charts, getting film. And I had, what does Walnut do? We played the 76ers and scrimmed them a lot. Yeah. And we noticed that they do 2-man, but we played against their 2-man and we beat them out of it. So I was prepping for 2-man the whole entire time. They did not run 2-man not once. So that was like they let us play in our national defense. The series went 3 games and it was a really intense game. Miles be balling. My boy Miles hit a big shot into it. It was a very intense game, honestly. But Walnut's a great offensive rebounds. Makes great plays almost every time. And Dre, their rookie, like he was in his bag the whole entire time. Yeah. And then on top of that, they have a great coach in Jeff Terrell. So, to take all that down and, we're battle tested. You know what I mean? We were battle tested during that whole tournament. So it was we were ready. We felt we were ready when we got to that finals because we played Bandini and JBM, and then when we got to Dre, it was right there.
And you guys are sitting at 5-1 now because obviously we're in the midst of week 2, and as of right now, as of this recording, you guys are not playing today. You guys are 5-1. What's it been like, and how do you feel like your team is going forward? Obviously, like you talked about, Shifty Kai, Miles, your boy Miles that you guys just drafted, killing it for you guys. Just like what's been the mentality throughout the season, and what's your expectations essentially as well? So
our mentality is trust, run down the philosophy. Run what's it's called, respect each other's calls. We our lock, Big Sam. We don't, a lot of people don't talk about him. He does a lot. He puts a lot. During that tournament, he put team first, 100%, and he cared about us. He did a lot, and that was the catalyst of why we won because of what he did off the court, and what he did mentally. And I mean, on the court, he made opposing PGs look different. But with going into the season, I told him, hey, we won the tip-off. Cool. Tip-off doesn't matter now. Let's take the momentum of winning tip-off, but just don't think that we won the tip-off and win the championship. Now we have to go win games. So, obviously we started 4-0. We split yesterday with a great with Pistons GT. Yep. They made great adjustments in game 2, and they got us. So, immediately right after the game, we started watching film, and we came in today and watched film because we don't want those mistakes to happen again. But you rather have to get punched in the mouth right now and then later, when you can't really make mistakes. So now we're going to, patch those holes up and get ready to go into our game on Friday against the Bucks.
And you guys, and like I said, you guys won a championship before. As you guys you guys are not like I'm trying to find a way to frame this, but like, are you guys like, what's your goal? What's your expectation? Like, do you guys feel like, hey, no full throttle, no let go, no what's the word I'm looking for? No remorse, or you just like, we're not worried at all. We trust our team. Is that what type of mindset do you guys have?
It's a little bit of both. Like full throttle, like let's get through the regular season, but let's take these bumps in the road now. Let's try different things. Let's not like just because we're winning, let's not think that we're just unstoppable. We have things to do. We have things to fix. So let's fix them while we're playing the game. You know what I mean? Right now, obviously, we split 8-8 and we lost in the ticket finals and didn't make the playoffs. So right now, our goal right now is to put this team back in the playoffs and show the winning culture here and show like last year was just a fluke. Like let's get back to where we're at. Then when we get to playoffs, I personally expect a deep playoff run.
Absolutely.
There it is.
I think
Stamp
it's there.
Right there. Stamp it.
Not that you have probably one of the best backcourts in the entire league. And I think overall as a team, you guys have the nucleus to really make a deep run. But for you, Nick, as the season progresses, do you feel yourself maybe changing your coaching style a little bit in terms of just how things play out? Or are you just kind of letting things happen as of right now, and you have your plays, you have your mentality, what you want these guys to do, and you want to just carry it out throughout the season? Because I feel like as a first-time coach, like in this position for your first season, like going through it, I think for you, you may come into some things that you might not have expected, and then might have to adjust on the fly. So do you see that happening for yourself during the course of the season?
It's already happened as it goes. Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie, mid-game, some stuff happens, and I start to think about it, or I tend to start thinking once we're up, once we're in the fourth quarter, I start thinking about the next game. And my JB, who is the GM, former head coach and champion, he has a champion, and I have another person, Joe Vegas. You guys don't see him on here, but he's also from New York. Brought him on on the staff. They reassure me because I'm not gonna lie, I sometimes think about the future and everything. So they come down here and be like, hey Nick, you gotta do this. You gotta make sure you're doing this. Make sure you're doing that. Hey, don't think about that right now. Let's change that. I like the way you handled that. Try this way next time. You know what I mean? And they let me run the show, my show. He does, like, JB never oversteps. I give him full reign. Like if he sees something, say something. But he goes, Nick, this is your show. Like handle it. You know what I mean? Like we'll talk about it, and we do a lot of agree in public and disagree in private. If that's our motto. Like if we have something wrong, that's it. Yeah, luckily we don't disagree about anything. We're on the same page almost every time.
We're getting close to wrapping up. You want to make sure you don't take too much of your time. Obviously, you guys have an off day. You guys want to make sure you guys are good for the upcoming game. So let's talk.
They're practicing. They're practicing right now.
Oh, they're practicing right now. Oh, they're getting an action in right now. So, one question you mentioned. First of all, you mentioned that you're in school. Like, what are you studying in school?
I was studying. When I was at CI, I was studying business. What was it? Business management. Sorry, business management at the time. I felt like you need a business degree. You can kind of do anything with a business degree. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I stopped it. But I still feel the need of education. You never know how long something lasts. You don't know what's going to go wrong. Life takes twists and turns all the time. But nobody could take like my degree away from me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Some people
hear that? You hear that, guys? Please. Nick is saying, just get the education first, and then you're good, homie. You good,
I'm 22, and I'm like, I want to go back. You know what I mean? I took years off. Now that I'm a full-time resident in Minneapolis now, like I have an option to get a student discount at So I'm
nice.
Look at that, or look at some other private schools and see what I could do to take classes in my off season so that I could, be the best Nick possible.
Yeah.
And the grind never stops. So like right after this, I gotta go do school. I gotta go do schoolwork. I gotta go reach out to people. It's the way it goes. And much respect to you, man. Like it's tough out here. So do you have any long-term goals that you still wanna pursue that's beyond 2K League? Is there anything what do you feel like that you still want to pursue long-term?
Degree, that's first. I want to get over to the WNBA side or NBA side as something on the coaching staff. Hopefully I do I'm gonna do very well over here. So then eventually,
I love it.
I'm sorry, I see Bear's creeping over here, and if you want to say hello to the kids,
hey,
tell them pull up.
What's good, Bear?
They say what's up. They can't hear you.
I didn't know they could hear me. My bad.
We know your clip from when you. All right, you can put them on the headset real quick.
Put the headset on.
So if you're coming on the video person, this bear to be some TWolves Gaming. We remember your clip. We show your clip to our students every time we do our lesson. When you walked up to Jeff Eisenband and you said, "We better not make sure you get it. We're getting it. It's going to be a chip." And we show them all the time because what happens? You get that bag here that you always bag. You got to show that New York slang. So much appreciated.
I appreciate it, man. I'm just coming here messing around. Y'all have a good day.
All right, thanks a lot,
man. Appreciate it.
See, he got his degree and he's a star player.
See, and you know what this is, right, John? This is why you got to tune into the video portion of this.
That's true. You never know what pops up.
No, you just saw what we did right there. We just saw it. Just saw right there. So out of 10, that's really cool. So I got completely flustered.
Sorry.
He said something WNBA, NBA size. So possibly Nick on the Timberwolves
or Lynx,
or Lynx.
But the first thing first is I have to be successful here. I can't think about that like 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road. Right now, got to be successful here, and I got to be very, locked in. Because I'm not gonna lie, I tend to look at my future a lot, but a lot of times I don't sit down and smell the flowers and look at everything that's going good for me. So I've been working on that much better.
You're off to a good start, man. 5-1. Can't complain about that.
Johnny, he might be the reason. He might be on the Timberwolves, and he might be the reason why they keep D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns. We don't know. You got to make sure you develop a team around them. Like you gotta keep them and help them to win the championship. They got to still win that championship, man.
Man, they don't look, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not over there, but it's a lot. And Gerson, we trust. They hired a great coach. They have a tremendous GM over there, Gerson, and he's made some great moves. And I see him; he hustles, and they have a great staff over there. So anything they do over there, I support. Anything like they don't need me right now. They might not need me ever. Gerson's is in Gerson we trust, and Chris Finch we trust, and they got they got this. They got this. Right now, I got to worry about
potential's there. They're gonna be just fine. They're gonna be just fine.
Have you met A-Rod though? We got this is the inside scoop that we gotta know. We gotta make sure that A-Rod's okay after losing Jalen. We gotta make sure.
Oh, whoa. I've seen him once. He's a very happy guy. Obviously I'm from New York, so Yankees, like, that's like, that's A-Rod, like, what I mean? Like number 13, batting number 3, like that's everything. But we don't have to go down the A-Rod route.
All right, gotcha. Is there any message you have for the kids or the people that want to make the league that fell short, or the kids that we teach to, that we show our lessons to as well?
Just because you got denied once, and this goes for life. Just because you got denied once doesn't mean you roll over. Doesn't mean you like, if you get punched in the face in a fight, you're gonna just be like, all right, that's it. It is what it is. But like, get up, put your hands up, let's fight. Like, if you want to be a 2K League player, cool. What did you do wrong or what is stopping you from being it? Is it you can't shoot? Is it you can't play defense? Is it your IQ? Go fix it. It's simple. You watch a YouTube video, boom, go fix it. Even if it's in life, like if it's like, oh, I want to be a doctor. Okay, I failed this test. Why did I fail this test? Because I chose to hang out with my friends. I've missed out on so many personal things because I've wanted to be where I'm at now, and I got it. Those personal things are still there. People understand what's going on for me. So, just sometimes you got to make sacrifices for your own good. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices, and some people are not going to understand that. But at the end of the day, if you see the vision, you see the goal, forget everything else. Go for what you think is right.
Wow, that's a great way to look at it. If they ask you to go to a function, if they ask you to go to the club, just be like, nah, man, I gotta go get some 2K stuff in. I gotta get that work in.
Hey, look, and you saving money. I know you want to go do the brunch line. You want to go soca. You feel me? I miss sometimes going to a party and flinging my shoulder one time. But I have to make that sacrifice. This is. My boy's actually right now about to graduate right now. So I'm going to say this on here so I can send it to him. Congratulations, Aubrey, on graduating college today. I'm super proud of you. I wish I could be there. But, obviously I'm here. But, I'm there with your spirit. I remember when you was going there. So, this sacrifice I got to make, I have to miss his graduation, but we have to win. And he understands that. I'll be there. That's my dog. I love him. So
shout out to him. All right. So last thing before we go, tell the people where they can find you, TWolves Gaming. on social media?
So you can find TWolves Gaming on Instagram at TWolves Gaming, Twitter, TWolves Gaming, YouTube, Facebook at TWolves Gaming. We have the same at. For me personally, you can find me at N Gartrelle on Twitter, and and then my last name Gartrelle, Gartrelle, and then on Instagram it's nyck.g, because I'm not gonna lie, I will never forget New York City. Queens gets the money. Queens. We all know Queens gets the money.
Queens is that's Harlem actually. Harlem gets the money. Queens, y'all just be chilling. Y'all chill.
Let's relax there.
Johnny, all you got is Luke Cage. Stop yourself.
Exactly, bro. Like at the end of the day, who's being 50 Cent, Nicki Minaj?
Cameron. You got Cameron out there, man. Come on.
Nicki Minaj is the greatest female rapper of all time.
All right, but I get okay.
I'm putting her in the ring with Lil Kim and Def Jam.
The female heat out of Harlem is not that crazy right now. It's not that crazy, but it's all right. Don't wait.
I mean, you guys got TJ Porter, and I believe and you guys have Neek Buck. So I mean, we got to,
you got Neek and TJ.
Do you guys got J.I. well or nah?
J.I. Prince? Nah.
He don't claim that. That's crazy.
but at the end of the day, yeah, Queens get the money. It's New York versus everybody at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like we might fight amongst ourselves, but as long as we look at Staten Island, we'd be like, nah.
Ooh, the Staten Island slant. I'm not gonna lie, it was in my head. I didn't want to say it, but I'm not gonna be the one to say it. All right, so it wasn't me.
Man, Staten Island is its own place, man. That don't count.
All right, so that'll do it for this edition of the Reachin and Teachin podcast. It was a really fun time, presented by CI, of course. Nick, you've been a phenomenal interview. It's been really fun talking to you, learning all about your experiences and the passion in TWolves Gaming, the champs of the Tipoff tournament 2021. So congratulations on that. It's been really fun. And we really appreciate you coming on.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
sports, man, appreciates it. And good luck on the season, man. We're gonna stay tuned as always, and hopefully we can speak to you soon, man.
Oh man, when I get back to New York, hopefully I can stop by and do something, even if it's just a what's up or sit down and get some dinner or something. Like I'm not gonna lie, I love everything you guys do here. That's why I always stayed in touch, because finding kids and if you could play 2K instead of being on the block, 10 times better. So
absolutely.
That's how I see it. 2K definitely put me in a prime position to save my life. So I hope it saves other people's lives. Even if it's not 2K, maybe it's Madden, MLB. There's multiple games, different things. Find what your niche is and get into it.
Love to hear it. So he heard it from the man himself. That's what you got to listen. Stay tuned and learn more about TWolves Gaming and Nick. So thanks a lot. And check us out on social media. We're Reachin and Teachin on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify. Check us out. We're on YouTube, baby. You can see Bear the Beast. You can see what's going on. You can see his hoodie. And I know he was lying about the Minnesota weather because he's wearing a hoodie right now. So I know he's lying about that.
Oh, it's cold in the office, but like I got a shirt right under.
Oh, okay. All right. You got it. All right. All right. So that'll do it for this edition. Like I said, stay tuned for more episodes and stay tuned. Take care, guys.